We set a record high in Wichita by mid-afternoon.
We did it. Whether you like it or not, Wichita shattered the old record from 51 years ago and crashed into the century mark. This is the earliest we've ever officially seen 100 degrees in Wichita since the records have been kept.
Since we've been having so many snowstorms, I'm kind of enjoying the weather.
It's pretty odd. It was like 30 degrees last week, you know, now it's about to hit 100.
With 100-degree temperatures and no substantial precipitation, parts of south central Kansas and the state are now ranked as being in extreme drought. Not good news to farmers, gardeners, or anyone who enjoys a little bit of rain.
Yeah, it's crazy weather out here.
How's this for a kick of the asteroid? Apparently one came so darn close that it could have kicked a lot of life off this planet. It's true. An asteroid from out of nowhere within the interstellar stone's throw of Earth. Closer to the moon, any closer it could have easily whacked our Earth.
You'd need a larger one like we had last year over Chelyabinsk in Russia that would actually do damage. But basically, we're looking for asteroids, we being the world scientists, but we need to be looking more, and particularly these smaller asteroids, these and ones that could do Chelyabinsk or even city-sized damage.
Not the way that people want to be spending their Mother's Day. A tough day ahead for Orange, Missouri, as people are cleaning up after a tornado.
There's a lot of damage here in town. We're talking trees and rooftops everywhere. But many of the people are okay. Many of them describe that moment of seeing the funnel take shape or seeing the tornado off in the distance. They say they were just watching TV or hanging out with their family, and the next thing they knew, they were all rushing to their safe spots.
A strange storm in Missouri. That's a mix of a wildfire and a tornado. A woman Instagrammed this image of a fire-nado. These fire tornadoes can form when intense heat combines with powerful winds.
Pastor there is calling it a case of divine intervention. Good evening, I'm J.C. Monahan.
And I'm Phil Lipoff. New at 11, more of that amazing video that you just saw and some eyewitness perspective from the pastor himself. Our Liam Martin is live in Saugus tonight. Liam?
Well, Phil, this is where they were blasting rock earlier today. They set loose a 20-ton boulder that came barreling right toward this church. Watch the boulder.
That's not good.
So close to the church.
Missed it by 1 foot.
Just a few inches separating a quirky story from a disaster.
If it rolled another 12 inches, it would have went right through the building. And this boulder was probably about 20 tons. Everybody around the whole neighborhood and working on the site were under the same kind of agreement that the Lord intervened.
We are tracking some extreme spring weather from coast to coast tonight, but mostly it's a line of weather cutting the country in half from the Great Lakes all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. The threat is now severe flooding with more rain falling in parts of the state of Texas in the last day than they had seen all this year. And record heat is fueling fires once again in California.
By the morning commute, Houston was underwater. Stalled cars and buses littering the roads.
Well, I'm in my SUV. I can't even make it through.
This is the brute power of floodwaters in Ohio, washing away a road outside Cleveland as 3 feet of water poured into this high school. In upstate New York, a state of emergency after creeks flooded the village of Gowanda. In the west, record high temperatures.
But let's get right to the very latest on those roaring wildfires. 7 major ones burning through Southern California this morning, scorching thousands of acres, destroying homes and causing millions of dollars in damage.
The towers of dark smoke, a signal to nervous residents that the battle in San Diego County is not over.
Fire disaster unfolding before our eyes in San Diego, California. This is San Marcos. We're watching our local station there, Fox 5 for San Diego in the region, and this is some tape playback that they're doing of this terrifying fire tornado looking thing that came roaring through that neighborhood. And now these pictures are from earlier as well, as fire after fire after fire dots the landscape in the hills around San Marcos.
The raging fires are a product of months with little rainfall and above normal temperatures.
It's not just here in Southern California, it's statewide, and we haven't seen conditions like this in decades.
Unprecedented number of fires and fire activity across the state, in many cases 2 to 3 months earlier than normal.
A drive through hell, incredible video shot by 2 men from inside a car at the height of the worst fires roaring through Carlsbad, California. Take a look.
Oh my God!
whole valley was just engulfed in flames, smoke, firestorm coming our way. I was on the driver's side and I could feel the heat coming through the passenger's side, and that's obviously where he was filming. The heat was just incredible.
It singed the hair on my arms a little bit.
There was only one way out. It was not going back. We have a median on our left, and you obviously saw what was going on our right. The only way we have to get out of this, the line of fire, is to go straight through flames, right through the smoke.
The sound from the flames, to me, it's like a roar of a lion. I mean, it's you wouldn't think fire would make that sound.
I can't believe that, it happened. It's just crazy, so much devastation.
It's not a drought, but just the opposite.
I can't believe this.
When Tuesday's rain,
I've heard 4 to 5 inches,
came through Penn Yan, it cut a path.
There was about 1.5 feet of water running right down the road.
Just around the corner.
How would you describe it? I mean, it used to be a parking lot, now it just looks like a bomb went off over there.
Longtime residents say this is Penn Yan's worst flooding in more than 40 years. Several old-timers tell me they haven't seen anything like it since 1972.
Nope, I'm in my late 30s. I've never seen anything like this in my life.
While there is too much water, storms dropping more than rain on parts of the East Coast, these flooded streets in Maryland today. And do you see this? Look closely. Snow falling in the Chicago area this morning. What is going on? The extreme weather across the nation.
Severe flooding has led to a state of emergency being declared in Austria, Serbia and Bosnia. In Savrake near Sarajevo, this was the devastation a landslide caused, caught on camera by a neighbour. The equivalent of 4 months' rainfall fell in just one day.
Serbia's Prime Minister Aleksandar Vučić said it was the greatest flooding disaster ever.
What is up with all of the fish that are turning up dead in New Jersey? This is down in Belmar. Got thousands and thousands and thousands of dead fish. Why are they dying? Why is this happening?
An unsettling sight in a New Jersey waterway. You're looking right here at thousands of dead fish, some floating, others washed up on the shore.
They were here last night. Big school, huh? Big school. There's biggest I ever seen.
By morning, though, they were dying in the tens of thousands. These are bunker fish.
They were on top of the water, they were under the water. It was terrible. Never saw anything like it.
It looks like a fish kill of biblical proportion. There's a carpet of dead fish on the bottom of the floor here.
Tests on the water now show acceptable levels of oxygen and a little algae, but they're thinking that Mother Nature really did this, that it wasn't anything that man did.
It was a bizarre night in the newsroom while we were on the set. We were getting dozens of calls about a loud boom, so we checked with the National Weather Service, and they eventually confirmed that a meteor was racing through our atmosphere.
Yeah, certainly calls we don't get all the time. Hundreds of people left comments also on our Facebook page from all over West Virginia. Really, the impact not only caused the boom, but also caused a light which was seen across the sky.